The esports industry has come a long way. What started out as small LAN events 20 years ago in someone's basement now has players competing for millions of dollars worth in prize pools, doing battle in sold-out stadiums. Along those years, there were incredible and unforgettable moments that helped shape what esports is today. We have prepared for you today what we think are the top 10 greatest moments in esports history. Starting its way to number 10 is the infamous XPeke backdoor in EIM Katowice Season 7. This is by far XPeke's best play to date. On their run versus SK Gaming, where they were on the back front after losing their towers and inhibitors. At the 50-minute mark, they had a miracle fight near the Baron Pit, which led to his team breaking SK's Nexus turrets. After realizing they couldn't close out the game, Fnatic retreated with SK chasing them down. XPeke teleported to SK's base only to have an Olaf try and chase him down. Before SK could recall back to base, the Nexus was destroyed, utterly ending SK's run in the tournament. At number 9 is Dendi and Puppey's Foundation Hook at the International 3, which started a comeback that was able to make them win against Tung Fu at the winners' finals. Na'Vi was on the ropes, but the hook threw off Tung Fu, and so Dendi just kept on throwing them out, ultimately tilting Tung Fu in the process. The Fountain Hook is actually a pretty simple interaction. It was a combination of two abilities, Pudge's Meat Hook and Chen's Test of Faith. The Mountain Hook is a thing of legend. It's spoken of in hushed tones, a memory of one of the greatest Dota 2 tournaments ever played. Coming in at number 8 is Hungrybox's win at the EVO 2016 Super Smash Bros. Melee Finals. EVO is the most prestigious fighting game tournament in the world. The Super Smash Bros. Melee tournament at this year's event had a very strong showing, with longtime Melee titans Juan Hungrybox Padima and Adam Armada Lindgren squaring off in the finals. Hungrybox came from the losers bracket, needing to win 2 sets in a row against Armada to take first place, which he did, using his signature Jigglypuff pick. The finals lasted for an astonishing 10 games, making the ending that much more tense and satisfying as Hungrybox won his first ever EVO championship. Next up at number 7 is the stellar $6 million Echo Slam by Universe. At the International 5 Grand Finals, where the score was 2-1 in favor of EG, Universe stepped up at Game 4. After picking off Sumail at the dire side jungle, the commentators in the match thought that, at the very best, EG might have had a chance to hold off CDEC from landing a killing blow until their ally respawned and they could actually stand a fighting chance to defeat their opponents. After starting up Roshan, everyone thought that EG would just back off and give up the Aegis. They didn't, and it was a thing of beauty. EG's Earthshaker strode in and deployed Echo Slam at just the right moment, hitting all 5 of CDEC's players, which comboed into Ancient Apparition's ultimate, killing 4 heroes, and eventually winning them the game, and ultimately the International. Number 6 isn't just Clutch Zero's second goal in the RLCS. Rocket League fans will appreciate that this was probably one of the biggest clutch plays that could have happened in the Rocket League, even more so because it forced the overtime in the grand final of the Rocket League Championship Series. 4 seconds left on the clock, NRG went out of their way to keep that ball off the ground, hitting it in almost every corner and side of the stadium. The timer hit 0, and NRG looked for even the slightest bit of hope to get past the Dignitas, which eventually it did in the form of a ball going above the goal, only to be knocked in by JSTN. At number 5 is Cloud9's reverse sweep that won them the Boston E-League Major. After losing their own map pick to FaZe at Mirage with a score of 16-14, the North Americans bounced back with a vengeance on FaZe's map pick, Overpass. They promptly beat him 16-10, pushing the major final into a full 3-game series. The final set, unsurprisingly, started with an early Cloud9 lead, who rebounded from a loss in the first round to go up 5-1. From there, however, things were all FaZe as it took the 8-7 lead by halftime and kicked off its run on Terrorist side with 6 wins in the first 7 rounds, eventually advancing to 15 wins to Cloud9's 11. Cloud9 would not cede an inch, however, and managed to force overtime with a huge rally led by Jackie Stewie 2K Yip. After stealing the first round with a clutch defusal, FaZe was unable to keep up with Cloud9's smooth play and dropped 4 straight, giving Cloud9 the dramatic win. The series was quickly labeled as one of the best in the history of Counter-Strike majors. Rising up at the number 4 spot is Team USA versus Team South Korea at the Overwatch World Cup. The names Seagull, Gods, Tailspin, and Atom are in the upper echelon of Overwatch professional gaming. However, despite this lineup and Team USA's fairly decent run in last year's inaugural Overwatch World Cup, it all came to a screeching halt against Team South Korea. It was the Eichenwald map with South Korea on attack and the United States on defense. The door to the castle was sealed, and South Korea's Zunba decided to try something adventurous. Using the hero Zarya's right-click ability, which fires an energy mortar that could serve as a mini rocket jump, Zunba climbed through the small opening in the castle's door. From here, he surprised the enemy team with a Graviton Surge, collecting them together for his teammate Arhan, who was on Genji to unleash his ultimate. From there, it was a slaughter, and the top players in the United States were nothing but fresh meat. When you consider that South Korea had top-tier players like Miro and Rujong, the best Ana player in the world, this play was surprising, ingenious, and incredible all at once. That's not counting the coordination required to come up with a strategy like this one on the fly. Fighting his way at number 3 is Arslan Ash at EVO Japan 2019. Arslan Ash Siddiq surprised the masses when he showed an impeccable Tekken 7 performance at EVO Japan. The Pakistani player was relatively unknown outside of tight Tekken circles at the time. He nearly didn't make it to the event after encountering visa issues as a Pakistani citizen, and he ultimately found himself taking 5 flights over 2.5 days just to get to the event. He encountered another setback when a Japanese airport was unable to trade his rupees for yen. Still, he emerged the Tekken victor, beating veteran players and the Filipino pride AK at the grand finals in a stunning victory in the tournament that nobody believed that he could win. Pairing the punches at number 2 is Daigo Umehara's perfect parry in the 2014 EVO World Finals. Daigo Umehara was already one of the best pro Street Fighter players in the world. However, at an event like EVO and against an opponent like Justin Wong, who is also highly rated in the competitive Street Fighter ladder, anything can happen. In the losers bracket final of EVO 2004, Umehara as Ken faced Wong as Chun-Li in Street Fighter III Third Strike. Umehara found himself with only a sliver of health left, and one hit, even if blocked, would have been enough to lose the final round. Wong unleashed Chun-Li's super art attack, and what followed was a clinic in parrying. Instead of blocking or dodging, Umehara parried all 15 hits from the combo before unleashing his own super arts and winning. This comeback has cemented Umehara in the annals of history as not only one of the best Street Fighter players, but also one of the best pro players in the world. It also doesn't hurt that this was the beginning of a memorable rivalry between Umehara and Wong. Taking our top spot in this list is none other than Team OG's Cinderella run at the International 2018. OG, a team shattered by internal fractures and vital departures, climbed up through the bracket at the top of the International Dota 2's annual World Championship. After having their roster ripped apart by their former captain Fly and S4, they were forced to find people who could fill the positions of the ones who left. The roster filled out with returning member Anathon Anafam and Sebastian Seb Debs. The latter player was semi-retired from active play. He was serving as OG's coach and only stepped in to fill an empty seat. Topias Topson Tavitsainen, an almost total unknown from Finland, rounded out the replacements. After a tough group stage, including 0-2 losses to both EG and Team Liquid, OG rallied to secure the 4th spot in Group A. The team would be in the upper bracket to start the tournament, playing with 2 lives instead of 1, thanks to the double elimination format. But the road ahead was tough. Visi Gaming J-Storm, the top squad of Group B, selected OG as its opponent. For most teams, this would be the greatest moment of tension, the breaking point. OG swept them 2-0 in a convincing win. Throughout its playoff run, the Green Dream would frequently find itself playing from behind, scrounging for advantage when it could. But the masterful way OG played always catapulted them back into the game, just shy on the brink of defeat. Fam's carry play was immaculate, finding space where none existed in games like the 3rd bout with Evil Geniuses, eventually making his Spectre too commanding to ignore and too powerful to stop. In a heart-stopping turnaround, OG pushed back and beat Evil Geniuses, securing top 3 at the tournament. This team was supposed to be watching from the team boxes by now. Instead, it was looking like the International's greatest underdog yet. In a series of stunning matches, OG would overcome PSG LGD not once, but twice to win the tournament. Battling once in the upper bracket finals and again when PSG LGD earned its 2nd shot at OG in the grand finals, the Green Dream ultimately prevailed. That's all for our list of the top 10 greatest moments in esports history. Comment down below which was your favorite moment, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.